Hello my friend, welcome to another adventure. Today, I'll be your campground host. We have 0 amenities here, and if you need me, I'll be at the hot spring, so see you there. It's a beautiful day in the mountains, and it's just starting to snow. I'm going to take you to a hot spring via snowshoe. Before I head into 100-mile-per-hour winds and feet of snow for one of the biggest blizzards of the year. Let's get started. I honestly can't remember the last time I wore snowshoes. I forgot how wonky they feel, but these are actually quite a bargain. I got these from Costco for about 1/3 of the price of the name brand ones. And they work just fine. They get you where you gotta go.
Along the trail, you'll catch glimpses of the Sawtooth Mountains, part of the Rocky Mountain Range. The Sawtooth being one of the most dynamic ranges in Idaho, with steep, jagged peaks that rise above many of the state's alpine lakes.
See that creek down there? Supposedly a warm creek. Hot springs are that way. Look, I see steam over there. And I gotta go down this kind of steep hill first, so wish me luck. If you're somebody interested in getting outside more during the winter, snowshoeing is a good option because you can get an affordable pair at places like Costco, and you can still get outside and enjoy the snow. It's also low impact and low risk. You're not flying down the mountain, going X miles per hour like I usually do on a snowboard, and you still get to enjoy the beautiful outdoors. Look at that. You can see the steam coming off. You see this little shanty, just a hot waterfall out of the side of the hillside, and it comes all the way down. 3 hot springs at least on the hill, and 1 secret hot spring inside this little hut.
Nestled along the western side of a warm spring creek, there's a natural hot spring that falls down the embankment and along the hillside. The water emerges from 2 springs at a very high temperature, one of the warmest I've found. The water flows down to the creekside below and pools together in warm bathing pools.
Beautiful green hillside as well, so lush and mossy. Got another lovely hot spring fall.
This area is riddled with fault lines and creates opportunities for many hot springs to breach the surface for our enjoyment. Surrounded by ponderosa pines and Douglas fir, you can sit back, soak, and relax in a shallow spring surrounded by the beautiful sights and sounds of the forest.
The Hot Creek! This is so nice. Probably the same temperature as a hot tub, but the views are 3 times nicer. So I'm all the way downstream though. That's the creek, and it's warm all the way out there to where I was walking. This is the best one. Thinking I should walk out to Let's go. Oh yeah, this is really cold. Cold creek. Warm hot springs. This gives you a better idea though. There's like 4 or 5 minimum hot springs here. They're not actually hot springs, they're just collections of hot water. There's such a large hot water source up there that it keeps all of these pools behind me at a really nice temperature. I don't know, my feet are getting cold though. I'm ready to get back in this hot spring. It's almost too hot in here. I'm gonna have to get up. Taking this little path back up to the hut. These hot springs are certainly magical. It's getting dark though, and I have a weird feeling some strange things happen here at night, so we gotta get out of here. hope you're ready for an adventure. There's a multi-day blizzard moving through the mountains this weekend, and they're saying up to 10 feet of snow in some spots. I'm gonna try to avoid those spots because I'm not looking for any avalanche activity. I'm gonna try to get this truck through in one piece with no problems. Wish me luck. Let's go.
I left the snowy mountains of Idaho and started tracking a storm moving through the eastern Sierra. The storm had already started moving in, and reports were estimating up to 10 feet of snow in some locations with winds over 100 miles per hour at high elevations. Conditions were bad and looking worse as I traveled up the mountain passes. Many of the highways in the area closed, but I was able to circumnavigate around them. I only had one goal: snowboarding some fresh powder.
That ride in was a little crazy, but the F250 did great. I passed all the people that don't know how to drive in the snow, and I made it up here. I'm in the gondola, and we got 27 inches of fresh snow last night. Let's go!
It's calling me, like the rainbow. It's calling me, like the rainbow. The rainbow.
I just got down to the bottom of the mountain. I'm in the middle of the village, and it's like a ghost town down here. Look at the ice skating rink and all the patio chairs. They're covered in snow. Look at this. Like, the skating rink? Check this out. Look at this. Look inside. Completely full of snow. Like, that's 5 feet of snow. 4 feet of snow? A lot of snow. I should have brought my snorkel equipment. Day 2 of the storm, and it is nuking. The truck is totally covered in snow. Some roof heaters would really come in handy right now, but she makes for a very pretty sight. Blanketed in white. Got a decent amount of snow on the roof just while I was skiing. Look at this. This crazy wall of snow. So much snow everywhere. Look at this door. That's not too bad. It wasn't too iced over. Whee! Oh, snow to the face.
I saw so many truck campers through this storm, and very few sprinter vans. I'll let you make what you'd like out of that. I did, however, have to help a fellow Ford owner who had fishtailed into a snowbank. Unfortunately, my tow strap for this guy's truck was underrated, so I pulled out my traction boards and snow shovel and lent as much help as I could.
It's icy, but it's not to the axle yet.
Thankfully, that was all we needed because
We got 4 traction boards, dug out some, see if we can make any progress.
after we dug out some and added the extra traction boards, it was smooth sailing.
Woo!
But the trouble wasn't over just yet. The snow is forecasted to keep falling, and anytime you see a line of cars backed up at the chain control, it's usually not a good sign.
Hey there. It's closed. No ETA.
Is 80 still closed?
I have no idea. I'm going to Quick Maps.
Oh well, thanks.
So, I had to make a detour. The surrounding highways had been closed for multiple days. There were semi-trucks and accidents everywhere. The road conditions were pretty bad, so it was time to get off the road.
This guy got stuck. Oh, they're digging the truck out.
And hunker down for the night. There's a lot of colorful lights.
I'm just hunkering down in a parking lot, which is not my normal go-to, but really my only option in these situations, which seems to be the case more often than not lately. When the winds are this bad, I don't usually put the truck camper up, and wind readings hit up to 190 miles per hour at the top of the mountain last night. So for precaution, I'm just keeping the roof down while I ride out the last of the storm. Supposed to be pretty nice tomorrow. There's not a whole lot to do in here though, so I'm just going to get some rest and get on the mountain early tomorrow morning. However, speaking of sleeping in mega storms, or sleeping altogether, I found that sleep stories really help me fall asleep at night, and so that's why I started writing and recording some bedtime stories for adults. They're fun little adventure stories that are softly narrated by me, myself, and I, and nice to relax and fall asleep to. If you're interested, check it out on my Patreon at lostwithhannah.com. And until then, I'll catch you tomorrow. I'm up here at the top of the world. The storm has passed. There's a little bit of a breeze, but the view is phenomenal. I left all the chairlift people behind. Let's go. Took a little bit of a wrong turn, but that's okay because I ended up at this gorgeous view. And it's absolutely amazing that this side of the mountain filled in with this storm, because a couple weeks ago this was actually dirt and rocks. So if I had done this face any earlier in the season, I might have been boot packing out of here, but got so much snow that it filled in. You get this backdrop when you're skiing down, and it's really just, it's world-class skiing. I don't know anywhere in the world where you can get a view like this and this much vertical feet in straight powder. So you can see this is almost a clean sheet of snow. Everybody's sitting in a van doing nothing, and I'm like, I can't sit here and twiddle my thumbs. I have to get out here and enjoy the snow. Get some exercise. It's a Bluebird day today. And I was snowboarding in the thick of it yesterday. Let's go. Camp spot secured. I tried to camp here last night, but there was so much snow. They said they didn't have a spot for me, and they said, come back tomorrow, we'll plow one out for you. Thankfully, I got a spot because there's only so many places you can camp in this area during the winter because there's so much snow. There's no forest roads or roads you can pull off on, so you have to rely on a campground. There's only like 2 here. Beautiful out. We're in between storms right now, so there's a little bit of sun reminding you that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Let me show you around this camp spot because it's pretty crazy seeing a campground under this much snow. They have this huge tractor trailer that they plow out these spots with, and then there's these giant mega mounds of snow. Be great for a snow shelter or some snowmen. It is really pretty out here though. Don't think I'm gonna be eating any dinner on this picnic table. Another great thing about camping during the winter time is, remember, not many people like to do it, and campgrounds are pretty empty. So it's pretty quiet and private. Nobody really bothers you. You get a little bit of space between each camper, which is really nice because during the summer you're just packed in like a sardine. There's a huge snow wall back there. Bunch of snow in between these camp spots, and then another one right there. So you almost get the snow walls as privacy. It's kind of nice. It's still nice to see that people are trying to camp during the winter. A lot of times these places are just like totally closed. They don't even open during the winter times. There she is. What is that? Oh, I just noticed there's a huge thing in my tire. That's really bad. Look at this. This is not good. This is not good at all. It's huge. Well, now I'm gonna have to make a pit stop at the tire shop. I don't think the pressure's gone down too much in this tire, but it's gonna be a problem really soon. If it's not one thing, it's the next. Thankfully, I didn't have to do this during the middle of the storm, but now I'm gonna have to go down into the valley tomorrow morning or sooner to get this tire replaced. Got a spare underneath, but this is really a bummer. This stinks.